mould.
Okay.
And if you go onto that website, you'll see the visual contrast screen online test.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just click that and do the test, there's a whole lot of questions and they're important, but the visual part is what's really important. And it's important you stay the right distance from the monitor when you do it and cover one eye and then cover the other. And if you fail that, it's possible you should take that in, bring that in to a practitioner who knows what they're doing, because there's a few other tests that we do. There's one, we call it the CIRS, which is the medical name for chronic inflammatory response syndrome, and we do a questionnaire. And because this condition is a multi-systems condition, we ask questions from all the systems and see which ones are most affected. If you get 8 out of 13 in those cluster symptoms, it's pretty likely that you're dealing with a biotoxin. So they're the two screens. They're really easy to do. That questionnaire is on the Surviving Mould website as well. So if you get 8 out of 13 in that questionnaire and you failed the visual contrast screen, you should come in and see us.
Mm. And perhaps another way to test is if you put an air filter in your bedroom and you feel much better, then that's probably an indication too. And I feel that if you have a canary in the coal mine in your family, it's going to only help the rest of you. If they're feeling better, you're all going to be...
That's right.
You know, hey, we actually thought we were fine, but we weren't as fine as we thought we were.
That's right. So I think that's a good investment, the air filter right there. There's another interesting symptom as well, and that's weight gain and fluid. There's those patients who just put weight on and on and on, and they for no reason, you know, their diet's minimal, they're exercising, they don't drink, you know, why should they be putting this weight gain on? Quite often biotoxins can be sitting at the centre of that picture too. So if, you know, you've got someone in the family who's dealing with chronic fatigue or a pain, fibromyalgia picture, or this just unexplained weight gain, it's possible that biotoxins are sitting at the centre of these pictures.
Yes, it takes a little rain.
We realised that we didn't quite define, or for me, my understanding of biotoxin didn't quite come out. So could we go back to the definition?
Biotoxins are your body's response.
It's not the mould or the dust or the tick bite per se, it's how we react.
The body's response, exactly.
Yes. Okay.
And it's this response that switches the immune system into an acute state, which is great short term, but long term it is a highly inflammatory state, and it starts to block the body's immune system to kick the bug or deal with the mould in the environment or deal with the dust in the environment. And so quite often it'll be a combination. We call this process priming. The first time I came across this was Dr. Christabelle Yeoh, where you're living in a mouldy house and you're a bit tired and you need to go to bed early, and you know, you generally sleep most weekends and you get up on Monday and you can get through life, and then maybe you have some surgery, and this is a common story that I hear, and there's another load on the body. So there's the mould and then there's the anaesthetic from the surgery, and the load increases, and all of a sudden you've just not felt good since that last operation, and then you get bitten by a tick and down you go. And it's that priming, it's that. But if you had have just gotten bitten by the tick without the mould to start with, you wouldn't have been in a position where you would have. And once again, there's the genetic susceptibility as well. And so there's this thing we call priming. And now stress can be a primer as well. So, you know, patients often say it was a very stressful period that was my tipping point. And then, I got bitten by a mozzie and I got Ross River. And then I moved into this house and I've not been well since. So it can be the opposite way around, but it's an accumulative effect where the immune system's just being derailed slowly but methodically, and we get stuck in this innate immune response, which is a deeply inflammatory state that we go into. And that's why we hurt, we ache all over. When we get a flu, we go into that innate immune response, we ache, we get fevers, we're tired. But we don't stay in that. The immune system kicks in, we move into the adaptive immune response, our body makes antibodies to it, and we recover. That second step doesn't happen with these moulds and dusts and pathogens. The other thing I wanted to say, Sally, is that for a very long time I had patients coming in saying, I think I've got Lyme, I don't recall the tick bite, but I've got all the symptoms. And indeed they do, because they look exactly the same. And so quite a lot of these patients, it's not actually a tick-borne disease, but it's a mould-borne disease. But they look identical, but the treatment's very, very different. And so it's important to identify, and if you've got both, we can test for both now. There is good testing. But if you've got a mould-borne disease, smashing it with antibiotics is not going to get you out of this pickle. It's actually going to make things worse because it's going to add to that burden, that toxic burden. So it's really important, if you think you've got a tick-borne disease but you don't have any recollection of the tick bite and there's no bullseye in the story, it's possible that it's more a mould-borne disease that you're suffering with.
Ren, thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
We hope you've enjoyed this week's Pregnancy, Birth and Beyond show. Tune in next week for more radical and soulful radio, bringing us full circle. Our radio show now has a Facebook page. Take a peek, say hello, become a fan and stay up to date with the show. Go to facebook.com/Pregnancy, Birth and Beyond Radio.
This episode of the Pregnancy, Birth and Beyond show was produced with the support of the Community Broadcasting Foundation.
Yes, it takes a little rain to clear the air, and it takes a little rain to soothe the truth you bear. So call on the rain, call on the rain to come and wash it all away. And I'll be right there when you call on the rain. Call on the rain to come and wash it all away. And I promise you that the pain will go away if we forgive ourselves today. There will be rainbows if we call on the rain. So well, it takes a tear to clear your eyes, and it takes a night to have a sunrise. Yes, it takes a little rain to water the fields. Oh yeah, and it takes a little change to see what's real. Oh baby, as we call on the rain, call on the rain to come and wash it all